My number two could have been my number one, to be fair, but based on the text message I just got before we started recording, I bumped it down. But my next one, and I very rarely, and we spoke about this on the pod before, but I very rarely say this, but the word nigger is in there for me, because I hate that word so much, like to the point where even me just saying it then didn't sit right with me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't mean it because like, I'm looking at it from two lenses. I'm looking at it because it's in songs. So I think we should get rid of the word so we can't say it in songs. I don't think we should get rid of the word so we forget why it was, do you know what I mean? What it meant, because it still has an impact in today's society. So it's a difficult one. I would get rid of it that we can't use it now, but we still have the knowledge of understanding what it meant back in the day. Because I think that's so important that we understand why that word was so hateful and used against us the way it was. But I hear it so often, like even the other day, where was I? A Manchester group of people, non-white people, just free willying up the word, like just saying it. I'm like, you don't need to say that word. And they're young, they're like 14, 13. I'm like, you're just saying it because your mum and dad aren't here, because your mum and dad were here, they're punching your face. Do you know what I mean? And I hate, you know me already. I don't, like I said to you before on a separate episode, I don't think I've ever really said that word to you, or, you know, I don't say it.
Yeah, and I'm not something like your rotation of.
Nah, man. Even in songs, I don't. If I hear the word, I try and not say it just because I said to you before, someone calls me that word, I'm going mad. So I can't hear people say it, or someone say it to me, or I say it to someone, and then someone who I think shouldn't say it to me says it to me, and I've got a problem with it. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's no passes. Just because we're both black doesn't mean that you can say it to me. No, don't say it to me. Simple as that. Because none of us are that word, really. We're just like positive black people. So I really, really hate that word, man. I just don't see in today's society, especially, you know, like you're saying about gambling, you don't see like there's no benefits of it. What's the benefits of saying that word? Like, show me a benefit of saying a word, and there probably isn't one I can think of, unless you sold like, I don't know, 100 million streams on a song where you said it and you've earned money off it. Then yeah, that's probably your benefit. But you could have said another word. So what's your thoughts? Would you get rid of it, or would you keep it? No. Let me rephrase that.
I know what you mean. No.
Do you agree with me? Do you agree with me that it's no, because you could actually. Let's keep the question as it is. Actually, no. Let's keep the question as it is.
I just want to make sure I understand.
Would you agree with me to remove it, or do you see that there isn't? Because when I said, do you want to keep it, I don't mean you're going to go say nigga and say to like 20 people. I just mean, do you feel that it isn't really that big of a deal in terms of, as black people, we say it to each other, and it's a kind of like a term of endearment, a little bit, where you're like, oh, what's up, my nigga? You good, my nigga? And da-da-da-da. Is that okay? Because I think we've had this conversation on here before, where we kind of said, you said before previously that you said it around people, and they said it to you, and it's just like a kind of like a friendship thing. But I think if we removed it from that, and we just didn't say the word at all, then there isn't that kind of room for when can you not say it.
You know where I'm struggling with it. So I think in my mind now, I will just get rid of it. The problem I had, and I think I mentioned this before, was entertainment. Because sometimes,
but it's being removed from entertainment as well, though. So even like Chappelle and all these other people.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. So because of my connection with it on an entertainment basis, like when I've been watching stuff, or watching a show, and it's used not in obviously not in a derogatory sense. I mean, it's always going to be derogatory, but you know what I mean. Like if there's a joke and they use the word with a particular tone, or it's funny sometimes, like when it's used in a clever way, like in an ironic way, if that makes sense. So like Boondocks, I don't know if you ever watch it, but the way that they use the word in that, it's a bit more sort of satire. But I think I don't think it has a place, and I think what's happened is I understand the origins of obviously, initially Nigger, then Nigga or yeah. But I think not the problem now. Why I think it then, why it should be removed now, is because I don't think people understand any of the origins of it anyway. They're just using it because somebody's saying it. So they're running around saying a word. And people talk about claiming a word back, so it doesn't mean anything. But I tell you for free, you call anybody that's got any kind of tone on their skin that word, it's gonna hurt. Like if you're in an argument and somebody calls you that, or you're not reclaiming it, because when it's used against you, yeah, it's horrible.
Do you agree with that then? That's a good point, actually, because I was listening to another podcast and they were talking about reclaiming like blackface and nigger and those kind of words. And I was like, I don't think there's a case for us to even claim it back now. I don't.
I agree. Not for me personally, because how can you claim something back with the history that it's got, all the images, all the stories that you hear?
Would you want to claim it back? This is why I want to get rid of it. Would you want to claim back a word that has that much negativity attached to it? Why would you want to claim it back? And what are you going to do when you claim it back?
That's a good point. No, I think you're right, because even if you're in a club and someone's greeting you, with someone that was greeting you like that, always going to have the image of, if you've been called it or you've seen it, or you watch Amistad or whatever it is that you watched. It's crazy. So no, I 100% agree. Like I said, I've got to be consistent. I'm always split with, if I'm watching like Eddie Murphy or Dave Chappelle or even like Friday, and it's got nice memories for me. Do you know what I mean? And they use the word, so that's why it's different. So it'd be like, them really sad the series that you kind of like, and then you see it on Netflix or Disney, they've removed episodes or they've removed scenes because it's not PC, but it was still funny at the time, so they should probably just left it in. Do you know what I mean? Can you imagine Friday without all the or Dr. Dre songs, or it's just not there anymore?
I think I could though. I get your point though. Like it's obviously going to change. It's going to change the, like for instance, Dave Chappelle's jokes might not land as funny as they did if you had that word in there. Or
if they dubbed it, I'm just thinking of even grime or just any. They just dubbed it for brother or sucker or something. Like it's going to hit by him.
Well, that's like saying when you listen to like a certain song on a radio, you're still bumping it even with the radio edit. If the radio edit's not got the words in, I still listen to it. And I think there's like even sometimes like some of Dave Chappelle's jokes where he doesn't say that word are still just as funny. So it kind of backs up the point that you can still be funny without saying a word, and I can still listen to the music without hearing that word in it. So for me personally, I just think it's one of them ones that I always worry that one day my kids or my grandkids, if I ever get to live old enough to see them, I get called that word, and if I'm still of an age where I can still swing and kick someone's head off, I've got to go down to school and do that as a granddad. So, do you know what I mean? I'm just like, get rid of the word for that reason, because I feel like in this day and age, even people that aren't black feel, because they listen to culturally what's deemed as black music, that they can just go and use the word freely and do what they want with it. And I think that's kind of because in this generation now, they're all kind of growing up, and the slang that they use, the terminology that they use. When I was growing up, it was just us using it. It was just us. And then like, I feel like now you got like the likes of, what's his name from Manchester? H. You got H, you got that Central C, you got all these other people that just aren't really from our culture really, but they're kind of taken from the culture. Yeah. And then it's birthing all these people like H, like mini H's everywhere, that feel that because he's kind of in that culture that they have to be in it, and that they can now say this word. And it goes back to your point that they don't actually know what the word means, the history behind it properly. Yeah. So they're just saying it. So they probably think they're saying things like bro. They think it's kind of the same level as bro or bruv or blood, when actually nigger is all the way up here.
It's in some terms.
It's different. So get off my soapbox.
No, but it's interesting because I know we've got to move on, but the last thing, something that you just said there was me just thinking about, I saw, like a child, using that word, or, you know, like a sibling or a cousin, just freely using, you know, if you saw one of your kids just saying it, you know, they're 10 years old and on the phone to someone using or what, like, actually, that would be quite mad. You know what I mean? So it's happening. It makes it pain now more.
It's happening now. Like I'm seeing, like I said, them kids, I'll probably put a bit of age on them. They were young. They were not that much younger than my son, and he's nearly 7. They were still short kids, like really short kids. And I thought, you lot haven't even got a clue what you're saying here. You're just saying it because you probably watched like Top Boy or something. I don't know this generation's thing, but Top Boy or whatever they've watched, and they're just saying it. But if you knew the history and the weight that word carries around, you would not be saying it. Or your mum and dad or whoever educated you and said, look, that word is actually the word you do not want to be using in public. Do you know what I mean? But because that education isn't happening, we just got to remove the word, because we know what it means. We can't remove the history of it, but I think we should remove the word from society for good, because it ain't got no benefits attached to it.